All right, happy Monday speed gaming. We've got today's speed gaming daily, open boots mode, casual boots mode. My name is Dr. Earworm, and I'm joined in the booth by Claymore729. How you doing, Claymore?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Today is a good day. It's a good day for racing. Our runners here, we've got Deep Fried 87, So 15, Adalor, and High Ruler. What are your thoughts on casual boots?
I like casual boots. Casual boots means that our runners have a standard opening, but they are assured to get a weapon from the uncle. It looks like it could possibly be a sword if the sprite doesn't really go by, but it could possibly be any weapon that's in the pool, and that reduces a lot of the variability that can come along with the casual seed or with a non-casual seed, because our runners know that they're going to be able to do some damage early on, rather than having to duck and weave.
Yeah, and I believe the casual in casual boots does specifically refer to the sword, so we will be seeing a sword start from the uncle here. So the open escape sequence will be pretty straightforward, but a little bit faster because Link has his Nikes on, so he'll be moving pretty quick through those sewers.
And the presence of the boots at start is actually important in another couple ways, because it gives our runners at least 4 checks that they can do right off the bat. Normally they'd have to come back they'd either have to wait for a bomb drop or come back for the three chests at the back of escape, and they wouldn't be able to do Bonkrox at all.
That's right. We might still see some of our runners farming for some bombs if it looks like they're going to come by them pretty easily, because it is nice to have those on your way into Kakariko, to have those assured, but certainly not necessary to full clear escape on our way out. And there are a couple places we can get a guaranteed bomb on the way to Kakariko, even if we don't find any in escape, thanks to those boots. We'll be just getting started in a few moments here.
Looks like Adalor has that negative time up for us, so we know exactly where we're going.
And we're off. What does the uncle have to say for us? Oh, just a brief hi.
Hi. Bye.
All right, so we're seeing just some arrows in Link's house. Nothing too exciting yet. The nice thing about casual boots, as a lot of you folks probably know, is even though you don't actually have the sword sprite appear when you dash, until you go talk to the uncle, Link actually does still have a sword. So we're going to see Adalor prove that as they dash through these bushes here and just chop them right down.
And in case you missed it, we got a very quick check from So 15. We have all 3 dungeons in the Lit World as blue crystals today.
And speaking of bombs, and the guards are in the bomb pack, so we're going to have plenty of bombs going into Kakariko.
Ooh, that is very nice to see.
It'll be interesting to see if any of our runners do the save and quit to South Shore before heading over to Kakariko. With all those bombs and a sword, that's a pretty free mini Moldorm cave, and it gives you an opportunity to possibly find a bottle or flute, or maybe even the hammer and powder, before you head into Kakariko and get a couple more checks out of the way over there. But we'll find out in about 5 minutes or less.
Yes, indeed. A little bit less, because the boots do make them a little faster. With the boots, the time pressure is a little bit of a toss-up which way you go first, because with the boots you can make it over there pretty quick.
I think one of the deciding factors for me personally, and granted I'm an aggressively average player, would be whether or not I get the money for Zora, because with those boots, whether or not you find the Moon Pearl, we can water walk over to Waterfall Ferry and get that Zora check out of the way real quick. But we are getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, just because there's not too much to talk about in the escape sequence here. Finding some money in that chest off to the side.
Not quite Zoro money, but our runners aren't going to hate seeing it.
What that does guarantee is, with the 50 rupees that are available under pots in Kakariko, we know we're going to have enough money for that bottle merchant. So that's nice to have.
Yeah, if nothing else, then it's just one less guaranteed check that we have to wait around for and come back later. And even more bombs.
Doesn't it always feel like these standard openings give you all the bombs when you have the boots and none of the bombs when you don't have the boots?
The game knows.
And looking at our timers here, our runners are pretty well synced up, so we've got an early lead from So and High Ruler. Insurmountable lead, really. I'm not sure how Adalor and Deep Fried could possibly come back from this.
Yeah, I mean, the race is pretty much over right here.
So for those who don't know, the back of Escape, as most of us know, is our dark rooms, and our runners don't have the lamp yet. But just in case you didn't know, in this standard opening where you have to go through those sewers, that light cone will be present on this first pass through the sewers. In fact, it will be present every time you go through the sewers. So just in case you didn't have the boots or didn't find any bombs, the back of Escape is always in logic. So you can come back here anytime. You don't have to wait to find the lamp. Obviously, that won't be an issue for our runners today because they have boots and all the bombs, and they'll be able to make those 3 checks on their way through. But just in case you're ever running a seed and you don't have the lamp yet, the lamp can be in those back 3 chests.
It's one of the mercy features, I guess you could say, of the randomizer that lets you progress through the game. When otherwise you could find yourself hard locked here if the game didn't give you a light cone.
All right, and we're finding that guaranteed small key in Dark Cross since it wasn't anywhere else. Let's find out what's hiding in this bonus room back here.
That's a green 20 rupee. That's... Oh, that must be where the boots would normally be, but we have them already, so they must have become 20, yeah.
Must be. All right, and so with a 5:15-ish into the Sanctuary and more bombs. Okay, High Ruler coming into Sanctuary at around 5:20. Adalor and Deep Fried right behind. Good times.
Normally you figure the escape sequence taking about 6 minutes. Our runners shave a little bit of that time off due to their boots.
And so far, we've got 3 runners heading over to Bonkrox and 1 save and quitting. We'll see if Adalor heads down to South Shore.
Does look like that's where he's going.
And a crab drop today is red rupees, so that's nice. Money will be a little less tight. And of course, more bombs from the tree pole.
What is this seed and bombs?
Free seed. All right, nothing at the lumberjack drop down. Now with the boots already, it's a quick check to head up there, and all we need is a lamp and then either another sword or the cape for Aga 1 to be in logic. So all 3 of our runners who went the Kakariko route making that check, which makes a lot of sense. You want to know if you have some early progression there. It's good to be able to either check that off or know that it's time to rush Aga as soon as you can.
Mm-hmm. And Ether Medallion in the Lost Woods, that could be important. There are 2 dungeons, Mizermire and Turtle Rock, you can see on our tracker, that require the medallions to enter. We won't know what medallions they need for quite a number of minutes.
And we have my personal favorite safety item, the magic powder in the Thief's Hideout. And we're getting some different checks from Adalor up here in Mini Moldorm. We got a little piece of love, some more money, the single arrow, puts us in go mode. Just kidding. Another piece of heart and a red rupee, so not a lot happening in Mini Moldorm Cave today.
No, but that money is important. So it's going to be interesting to. Oh, yep, he's going to leave Ice Rod Cave behind and loop it in later, probably when he has the money for Aga or Zoro. Meanwhile, dipping into the Thieves Hut, finding a second sword.
And we saw over on High Ruler's side, we have also found the flute, which always feels nice. Finding the flute in Kakariko is fantastic. Movement around the world is going to be nice and quick in this seed.
And as we were saying, that second sword is one more piece of the Aghanim puzzle. Our runners may or may not want to find the lantern at the moment. I mentioned that Adalbert was going to loop in Ice Rod Cave later, but it looks like he's going back now because he does in fact have Zoro Money. That was very fast.
Interesting. I looked away. I didn't notice where he picked that up.
He must have picked it up in the grassy fields around the dam. We're going to see him dash close to the right edge of the pit, out the door, and that's going to set up a water walk state when he jumps off the ledge to the south here, because this is a video game.
Because programming is hard. Oh, it looks like he's actually going to store that water walk and use a fake flipper. This is an interesting one. So this is going to let him... We'll see if he uses it off of Hobo or if he stores it for... well, I guess without the Moon Pearl, you can't set up the double water walk. So he must be planning to... yep, he's going to check Hylia Island and then go visit the man under the bridge and activate his water walk from there.
And today he's got more money for us. And we did see the blue mail underneath. Well, that's interesting. I think Edward is as confused as I am right now. That southward ledge jump should have put him in a state where he's walking on top of the water, but it didn't.
Well, we're going to give up on the Zora area for now, then.
Yep. We'll come back later. Deep Fried is going to go backwards in the Old Man Cave. This is something that's not quite in logic, but if you've played the game for a while, you know the map here, and you can go back and get the Old Man and get the quick point and whatever item he's got for us today. Now, it looks like High Roller has the same idea. And more bombs today.
Just some more explosives from the Old Man. And because we have that hook shot, we're going to get a check over on the east side of Death Mountain here.
I entirely missed where Moon Pearl and Hookshot were.
Yeah, I did as well. Sorry about that, folks. We're trying to
we're
catch up on the tracker here. But we do find the gloves in the bottom of Paradox Cave.
ooh.
Or the top of Paradox Cave. Well, it's a paradox. Nice use of those sword beams there to get that switch flipped.
Nothing of any major points in Upper Paradox.
Nice spin setup for the bomb jump here from High Ruler, and oh no, off by 1 pixel.
Gloves were apparently...
Yeah, gloves were in Paradox.
Okay, we have the red crystal at Thieves Town and Palace of Darkness, red pendant at Ice Palace, green pendant at Skull Woods, and I think the blue pendant was Swamp Palace.
Alright, so we have gloves now for High Ruler and Deep Fried. And we're going to get a look at Spiral Cave here from High Ruler. And there's our hammer. So, High Ruler is our first runner to get normal Dark World access. We will not be visiting Aga at the top of the tower in this seed.
High Ruler is no doubt breathing a huge sigh of relief.
It always feels good when you get that early East Death Mountain access, and it's not nothing. Especially when really the only checks you're starting to have left are Eastern, Bolus Eastern, which doesn't feel good.
Let's see what we have in the Hype Cave today. A bottle. 300 and 400 bucks.
And we have the flippers on the desert ledge, so in case you wanted to go swimming in the sand, we've got just the footwear you needed over there.
And the blue pendant is Misery Mire, actually. Blue, but I got the wrong shape.
And Swamp being a crystal, those flippers are going to be hard required. We have Deep Fried. Oh no. Climbing Hera the old-fashioned way, but unfortunately taking a quick fall. Those enemies will remain dead, however, so this will be a quick room. Probably the least punishing fall you could take in Tower of Hera.
Yeah, certainly not as bad as taking that middle hole.
We're going to get a race game check from High Ruler on the bottom right of your screen over here.
Digging game check.
I'm sorry, yes, thank you. Digging game. As you said, words are hard. Dark race game.
There you go. And Stumpy has a Quake medallion today, according to our wonderful chat. What's a remarkably slow dig game, all for 20 bucks.
And even though we're not hearing High Ruler's audio, you can tell from the incredible lag that is induced when the actual prize is dug up that was indeed the dig game prize.
And also the fact that the rupee was not glinting like the rupees normally do.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. All right, we've got a Troll Dorm fight from Deep Fried. Master Sword makes this a little bit easier. You get to skip the final rage phase. Well done from Deep Fried. And what's it going to be? A map.
I was not counting dungeon items, so I don't know if there's one in the basement, but it's going to remain in the basement. Because Deep Fried does not have a fire source as yet. The prize also flies farther than a normal ruby dig-up will, according to Drossi.
Alright, and we're getting our look into Village of Outcasts from So and High Ruler. And with that hammer, we're heading straight into Thieves Town. And why not? It is a crystal, so we're going to see a full clear here from So. Oh, and the mirror is in C-shape house.
Ooh, that is a nice find.
Especially if the mitts pop up here in Thieves Town.
Oh, yes.
You can bring that frog home early. And we're getting a late mini Moldorm check from Deep Fried here. Unfortunately, he's not going to find much interesting in there. But then again, Deep Fried is up one crystal compared to our other runners. Sorry about that. My phone started ringing as soon as I hit the push to talk, as it does.
The phone knows too. Adelware picking up his hammer, giving him access to the Dark World now as well.
And 3 for 3 runners so far making that initial play to Hype Cave, which makes a lot of sense when your Dark World access is the hammer. Lets you get these South Dark World checks out of the way. But in case you missed it, just a bunch of money in Hype Cave. And Adalor taking a different approach, going straight to Village of Outcasts here. Oh wait, no. Adalor... Never mind.
Adelware going up to check out Skullwoods. A bit of an interesting move, but I guess since it's a green pendant, we're probably not going to see it clear.
Alright, we won't be leaving any items behind in Thieves Town, but it is just a piece of heart in that big chest. There is definitely the school of thought that Front of Skull Woods is best treated as overworld checks. Clear them out real quick on your way into Village of Outcasts. It seems to me I personally tend to go back and forth on that school of thought, and every time I skip it, it has all my progression, and every time I go there, it has rupees and a piece of heart. So
there's merit to it, I suppose, because it gives this area of the world a purpose to go to, and it's a fairly dense number of checks. Yeah, I can see going back and forth on that one.
I'm being abused in the chat by my opponent from last night. We saw a very clean scripted fight from So on blind, and also a very good scripted fight from High Ruler. Just a little bit off script at the end there, but very well done.
And even more bombs for the Mad Batter. And it looks like Deep Fried might be following in the footsteps of both High Ruler and So, checking Skullwoods to Thieves Town. We'll see which order they do it first.
That bonk prize in that tree right there can be very helpful if you are on your way into Skullwoods and you're low on magic. You can always pull a full magic out of that tree just by bonking into it before you go into the Dark World. We just got So doing the digging game. So we have our runners kind of covering each other's steps right now. We're going to see a couple of new checks here from High Ruler, though. We're going to be able to see Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. And just some more money. The Graveyard Ledge there.
A45 has our mitts today.
All right, and there it is. The coin flip. Do you go north out of Village of Outcasts or south out of Village of Outcasts when you have that mirror? And looks like today south was the call.
Yep.
Because just a little bit of pocket change from Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb.
However, it might not end up being. It might end up being kind of a wash because I imagine that So and High Roller are going to cover each other's tracks a little bit. You're going to make those checks.
Yeah, he'll get there eventually.
That was a very interesting play from High Roller. I don't think I've seen that before.
So that is called the Kern jump. And there are a couple of pixels that it works on, and you use the bomb to knock you into the screen transition, and it just gives you the fake flipper state. High Ruler actually didn't need to do it. High Ruler has access to East Dark World with the hammer, because he can just save and quit to Link's house and enter the Dark World and then go up across the hammer peg bridge. But since he was there anyway, it gives him really nice fast access to Catfish, and that trick is harder than it looks. That was a really nice setup from High Ruler. Very well done first try Kern jump. And some bombs for his trouble. But what's nice is he's now over here in the Dark World. He's going to be able to go straight up to Zora area, check in with our friend the Scamfish, and see what's sitting on that ledge. I don't believe he has the items necessary for the splash delete, but fortunately there's nothing there anyway, so won't be leaving anything behind in the Zora area.
Yeah, so because this game is programmed very well, the game actually checks for whether you had the flippers based on the splash animation. If the splash animation, if you can force it to not play, it won't check for flippers, and you just can swim. And because the splash animation, the sprite that makes it up, it takes up a position in the game's video memory. If you can load that video memory with things, then you can run the game out of room, and it just simply won't spawn it because there's no room for it. And you can do that with arrows